Greetings, everyone! It is I, Kikoski, welcoming you to the stream. The pre-stream, to be exact, where you have the opportunity to get here, get comfortable, and get ready for some more King of the Castle. Will I reign, or will I fall? I'll probably fall. This is a thing that will happen. It always happens. It's just a question of how badly it will happen. Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well this day, this fine day. Hello Andrexian, I saw you there in the chat. I saw you there. There are other people too. You're being sneaky, most sneaky. And I click, and the cursor changes from the default one to the special one. How's it going? Hello, not a rogue guy. How you doing? Hope you're good. Hello, Saprook. How are you as well? I hope you are also good. Hope your days are going well. Hello, Farsight. Last time, hello, Clouth. Last time we had rains. They were absolutely rains, and they were some degree of disastrous, but the endings weren't the worst. And that's the best thing, I suppose. Maybe. Probably not. The rains in Kiko almost... Yeah, they do. Hello, Deus. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well today. Hello, Black Rabbit. They had a running theme. Low on money. Yep. Someone has redeemed for Little Cav. Did you find the new button? But Cav's not here. How can Cav appear? How can Cav show up? Gadzooks! I was wrong. Cav is in fact here. Hello, Cav. Say hi to Cav, everyone. Cav's always here, just off screen. Chilling out, watching, judging. It's what he does. It's what he does. Enjoying Legend of Grimrock 2? Chi sounds very similar to Nick. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. We did it! We did! We managed to get Cav here. Cav can't be here forever, however. He has important things to do. Make sure everything doesn't explode. Hello, Linguistic. How you doing?
Mayhem.
And that there is Sam. 52 months. Thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you. Going on 5. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, Sam. Many years indeed. Cav's got to go. Wait for it. Zoop. Just like that. He retreats. Cav and I set that up. We've been wanting to set it up for a while. Eventually I'll have buttons for, like, the pre-stream thing. I'll have buttons for all sorts of cool stuff. I actually may look like one of those super duper professionally streamy people. Hello, Gnosis. All the buttons. Hello, Alias. How you doing? Hey, somebody, by the way, a while ago asked me if there were new things on the Throne wishlist. There is something new on the wishlist right now. Something incredibly silly. I put new things there. There aren't new things. Or one new thing. To replace a thing that was bought. So there is something new. Technically, there is something new. There is a new thing. And this is when we end up... We haven't had the no money or no stability ending yet. Not yet. I'm sure we will, though. Hello, Hello, Sub-Zero-chan. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Hope things are good. I'm just relaxing here, chilling out. Resist urge to ban dual crabs as it's still the pre-stream. I mean, you know you want to. Now that you've brought the attention to it, someone's gonna do it. Someone's gonna do it. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Just like me. Oh! Alias redeemed the Avatar tax! That's also just a matter of time. The Avatar is greatly appreciative of your generosity, and will use those sesame seeds well. Probably to put them towards buying me more Warhammer, but unfortunately the exchange rate of sesame seeds to real money is you can't. Not these sesame seeds, anyway. I feel like I would like to make Cav a king of a dynasty, so Cav could try to keep the kingdom from exploding while we're trying to explode. I mean, would you betray Cav like that? I think you would betray Cav like that. Queen Carla will be the next monarch. Oh, Rakenshin did it. Queen Carla will be the next monarch. This is not going to go well for you, I don't think, Carla. I think things might end up going badly. Don't worry, we're not starting right away. I'm just getting things set up so that we're ready for when we do start. Got some time yet for us to chat and do all sorts of other stuff. I will begin the game for the time being. So, the kingdom. The kingdom. So this is a problem. So, what's the issues? Alright, so the issues are the barons have no trade, the chiefs have no military, and nobody really has farming. But the grandees have trade. And a lot of faith. Like, faith is big. Faith is a very big thing. The issue is that our country is a dumpster fire that should be taken behind. No! We're not old yellering the country. We have faith in our ability to mess things up. Don't worry, I have faith in your ability to mess things up too. I have faith in it as well. We used to have farming, but then someone had to stop a wizard from getting into a bakery. Yeah. I'm seeing that the barons leader, it literally broke during their stewardship. Time to call... Oh, to be fair, the barons are back in charge. Oh sure, blame chat, just because you voted for every decision that led us to this point. Yeah, actually I will blame chat, for that exact reason, in fact. For that exact reason I will blame chat. It's like, blame us, the people that made the decisions. And I'm like, yeah, I will. Thanks. Twitch chat is faultless and can be trusted. Doubt. Doubt. Tons of it. Myriad piles of it. Oh, trust me, the patricians have ruined things too. Hey, guess what? We can't see the edges of it anymore. Yay! Everything's not horribly broken. For the moment. For now. Hey, do you want a random fact? I have finished painting and I have varnished my my Storm Raven gunship. How's the day going along? Ah, that is an old video, Jokers. I do vaguely remember that. Think all the kingdom's problems can be solved with a good bonfire. No. Chiefs used to have a military, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, military and faith have switched around a lot. There used to be a military, now there ain't. There ain't now. Hello there, dude. How you doing? We are just waiting in the pre-stream before we get started. Almost every game, they do. If there's one thing you can count on, it's that you can't count on anything. Yeah, I don't think the Spider Knights have really made it. They probably just, like, have a Spider Knight singular. Just one. And we had a war with, Tavelin, which didn't last very long. Golems happened, yeah. It was a thing. You have some golems. You don't have all the golems. One kingdom, I might add, has all the military, and that is the Barons. The Barons have all the military. The Grandees and the Chiefs have a grand total of 3 military, and the Barons have 9. Many broke soldiers just milling around. Can't go right. It'll be fine. It won't be fine at all. Probably won't be fine. It might be fine. It probably won't be. Remember last time when they said we didn't need an honor guard and we totally went with that and it turned out to be fine? I mean, I could, but I'll think about it. I'll think about it, Jokers. Like, one of the things is that I am streaming, but it's one of those things of, like, I setting a precedent for, like, say X can be a slippery slope. I'll think about it. That's why, like, the Bork and everything else, they don't have a sound file. Really, what the Barons need is trade. If I can work on the Barons' trade, that would be amazing. Yeah, that was an amazing timeline. That's Lilium on there with 53 months. Thank you ever so much. That is so absurdly kind of you. Thank you. That truly is kind. It's really kind of you. I appreciate it. By the way, if any of you have any random Twitch Prime subs, you can always just, you know, throw them my way. They will get spent well. Mainly it's saving up so I can buy all the things I need to buy for this move that is gonna cost a lot. And who knows, maybe extra money can go to nice things as well, like small things. Little things that bring me joy. Possibly. But right now, I'm going to be enjoying my time with all of you. Just settling in. Oh, when do you plan on moving? When I'm allowed to. When all the solicitors go, hey, it's time to exchange contracts. And it'll be this date. At that point, I'll know when I'm moving. Not until then, though. Yay! Egg! Wonder what this little building is here. Little building. Little building there. Some places there. Probably like settlements and castles and other such things. It's interesting. It's always the same in the map, but always, you know, subtly different. Might be. Could be. I don't know. It's probably just a town. I like how we know practically nothing about all these places. Like, you know nothing about Dania, or Valamir, or Atesh, or Kurth. Hello, Tugboat, how you doing? We know something about those places. We know where they are. That is true. We know where they are. Also, our kingdom is just huge. Like, if our kingdom was only, like, this big, it'd be fine. We wouldn't have to worry about it. If we imagine that our kingdom was just that big. Like, it's a huge bit of territory. But apparently this kingdom has the ability to control... Well, I totally lie. It does not have the ability to control all of this. It doesn't have the ability to control all of this at all. Not even slightly. Sometimes. Yeah, just occasionally. Just occasionally is all awful. Every once in a while, it's dreadful. But only sometimes. Other times, it's fine. We are going to wait a minute and a bit longer, and then we'll get started. Hello, Padraig, how you doing? I hope you are doing well. This is a dumpster fire of a kingdom, and it's about to get a lot worse. I'm about to engage in more shenanigans. So many shenanigans. All the shenanigans. It's gonna be great. We're gonna find all those cool events. All of them. What? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be all the cool events. We can do that. We can do that. I think we'll leave it like that. That's fine. We're gonna get all of the cool events. Tangy approves of the cool events. Look. Yeah. Tangy would be best monarch. You wouldn't overthrow Tangy. That's why we don't let Tangy on the throne. They'd be too powerful. They just rule forever. They would rule forever. Alright, so. You would not dare. You would dare to harm Tangy? Tangy would just, like, offer them a muffin and they'd immediately give up on trying to assassinate her. You know this. bloody well pulled it off, didn't we? The barons are finally in charge, and we can sort this kingdom out. Now just remember our little agreement. We put you on the damn throne, so you do as we tell you, got it? Glory to the marsh! Huzzah! Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you. Hello, chiefs! Hello, Black Rabbit. Hello, Daffy. Is Tiny Train here with their oodles of money? No! Tiny Train is not here with their massive oodles of money. Yet. By the way, meanwhile, what do you think? We should be a good little queen and do as she's told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan just in case. So you claim. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from King Herman, but you must still answer to the council. Well, I heard he died. Just naturally. That is true. As a tradition, they will decide what happens to your coronation. Shall we call the nobles in? We have... Troops shall bear the queen through the street atop a shield. Lavish parade. The only one I'm not going to allow is the lavish parade. Everything else is cool. I mean, a religious ceremony would mean even more faith. Suddenly people start going for the faith. But it looks like we're going for the military. Looks like it's the military angle. People are desperate for military. Soldiers from across the kingdom take part in the parade. They're even outfitted in impressive new equipment for the occasion. As you climb on the shield, upon a shield and hold your sword aloft, you realise it's not going to be easy. Your arm quickly starts to hurt. The soldiers stagger and groan under your weight. Sure enough, one of the shield bearers trips on a loose cobblestone and falls face first in the puddle, in full view of half the city. At least the only thing hurt was your pride. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they've stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? As a saint. The church will love you, I suspect, but will anyone else? I suggest over the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's overall faith as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Well, let's go with that, shall we? Ermine of the Bonfiem bloodline, powerful marcher equestrian, stands before a blazing hearth, yelling at full volume. What a coup! Carla now sits on the throne, and the barons are in charge, but the other regions will already be scheming to depose her. Do we stay loyal to the new queen? Or cut our losses and put me on my throne instead? I don't know. I think things are pretty rosy for the barons right now. They're pretty rosy. We'll see how that lasts. I like the fact that there is an incentive to remain loyalist because there's a special victory for being loyalist. Loyalist. That settles it then. Glory to the Queen and glory to the march. But we can always change our minds. If Carla ever gets out of line, we can take up arms and get rid of her the old-fashioned way. The Baron's goal is to aid the Queen by countering the other schemes, region schemes as much as they can. They will win the game if the Queen produces an heir and completes her ambition. However, if defiance gets too high, they can still change their minds and rise up in rebellion. Meanwhile, Harold of the Sapbrook clan, sinister northern troublemaker, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter Queen Carla. How do we make that happen? Sorcery? Ooh, sorcery. Doppelganger as well is interesting. We've already had Ragnarok a few times. I don't think you're gonna manage it either. Oh. Oh. Which one is it going to be? Doppelganger! The chiefs plan to swap the real queen for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, they must keep defiance at 4 or less for 4 seasons. Okay. Devi of the That Dude lineage, powerful former priest, stands bathed in sunlight, speaking softly. A false pretender occupies the throne, while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Subterfuge, witch hunt, fervor. Witch hunt can be tricky. Witch hunt can be very tricky. However, it's probably the most likely one you've got. There's all sorts of heresy in the capital, and the grandees intend to expose it. First, they must ensure the South is beyond reproach. To advance their scheme, the grandees must be the region with the highest faith in 3 seasons. So all we need to do is lower your faith slightly. Okay. One evening you're sitting in bed reading some paperwork when a filth-encrusted peasant wanders into your bedchamber as bold as brass. "Hello, you Madge! Glad I found you! This bloody place is a maze! Mind if I take a seat? I do mind!" "I'll stand then, no problem. Listen, I've got a bloody good idea. What if gangrene could be cured with mouldy bread? I haven't tried it yet, but I've got a good feeling." Before the peasant can explain further, your marshal bursts into the bedchamber, sword drawn. "Your Majesty! I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. I have no idea where the Palace Watcher are. Do you want me to kill this intruder?" Oh. Yes, just killing me speaking nonsense. The marshal's sword flashes, parting the peasant's head from his shoulders. Blood spurts across your favourite duvet. If one thing's clear from this mess is that you need not a guard who can actually keep you safe. Not like the pathetic watch. What was he talking about anyway? Using mouldy bread to cure gangrene? That's ridiculous! Everyone knows you cure gangrene by hopping up and down while it's Thursday. Really? Of course! This is not medical advice, viewers. Don't listen to me. I'm not real. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and your region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They've been loyal to coin above all. No need to ask, Marshal. The Queen knows that the veterans are the only ones with real experience of warfare. Well, I think I know who I'm going to pick this time. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. I'm gonna pick the Southern Nuns. Bloody hell, Your Majesty! How could you choose them? Quite simple, because it increases your defiance. I'll make the arrangements at once. The battle nuns arrive at the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn steel masks betraying nothing, before filing into formation behind your throne. Itching for a fight, eh? Oh no. The South has been prosperous of late, but my tax collectors are reporting suspicious coins in my latest takings. The whole region is awash with fake money. The council needs to act. No, we made it harder to forge. We made it harder to forge. I think C's probably fine. Make even harder currency to forge. Even harder currency. the most difficult currency ever. This currency will be in 15 shapes, and it'll talk to you. It'll be like, I'm a coin. And it's like, why does our currency talk? I have sentience from a wizard. Life is pain. After weeks of experimenting, a new coin is invented. It has even more ridges on it that makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit. They're much more expensive to manufacture. Rolling them out across the kingdom will take time. Meanwhile, people continue to use the old coins, impacting trade in the south. The currency will be crabs. Your Majesty, we in the March have finished a complete reorganization of our army. Truly is a powerful beast now. It's very lovely. Moreover, I was hoping the Crown might be willing to host some military exercises. These soldiers are restless. Want to start a war? We just need a suitable campaign to whet our swords and spears. An unbloodied army isn't worth its salt, I say. We'll see what the council thinks. Instead of a costly war, Your Highness, we could establish mercenary companies that fight abroad and take a healthy cut of the profits. Or, if Your Majesty wishes to gain something more than gold, we should use our might as intended to make roads to Taverlin, whose big army will surely be no match. No, we know what happened to that. We know what happened when we invaded Taverlin. We could establish a mercenary company loyal to the barons. I haven't seen this option yet. No, Taverlin ended really badly last time. It ended really, really badly. We haven't done this option. We haven't done mercenary companies. It won't go better. It will not go better. I guarantee it to you, it'll be awful. Wonder how much this will lower the military. My attitude is irrelevant. My thoughts on it doesn't change how the game's program. Narrator, it did not go better. Yeah. You give royal assent to the creation of a new mercenary company. Owned by the Barons of the March, these companies fight in Ashmead and other lands where wars are plentiful. Everyone's satisfied. The Barons get their exercise, and you get a portion of the blood money. It did lower your military a bit. Ah. Well. There's options, and literally none of them make any real impact. You can make the kingdom more stable, you could deal with farming. Or we could just make everything worse. I mean, we could. We could make everything just worse. I'm on the mobile now. Am I still filthy rich? Yeah, you have 22,000. You have so much money, Tiny Train. So much money. Ah, I see we're going with the even worse options. So, faith went down, farming went up. I suppose the farming's okay. Lake of Crimson. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference? Men, women? Don't you mind? I'm not interested in love. Are you sure, Your Majesty? The nobles will be most upset. Surely it behooves you to look at some options. No. Very well, Your Majesty. We'll speak no more of marriage. But, Your Majesty, if I may ask, why are you refusing to marry? I want to live a life of chastity, in honor of the ninth god. I'm sure the church will be very pleased with your show of devotion, but the nobles won't. They'll see it as an abandonment of your duty. Good luck in the days ahead, your majesty. You'll need it. Deal with that religion problem there. Meanwhile, Lake of Crimson. Your majesty, the crystal waters of our beloved Lake of Dawn have turned to blood. Foolish stories speak of the pagan flesh feaster god, Calith. The villagers think she's displeased with the state of the north. What's wrong with the north? We bathe in the light of a ninth god now, instead of the grubbling around the dirt, worshipping antlered spirits and murderous beasts. How devoted can you be if your famous lake is full of blood? Alas, some still cling to unholy beliefs. Your Highness, we must deal with this swiftly. Claim the water is a miracle from the ninth god. Or send priests to... Pick which one, everyone! Claim the water. Can we pray for a miracle? That's literally what we're doing. We are the holiest monarchy here. Vote yes. Claim the water miracle. The Archbishop eagerly returns to his pulpit. Even in the most desolate of places, the ninth god remains. Does the lake look terrifying? Yes! Does it strike fear into people's hearts? Also yes. And that is how the ninth god shows his strength. He destroyed his heretical brethren to bring light to the earth below. Thus the lake shows the blood of the gods he destroyed on his way to power. The speech goes down excellently, and the chief set up a small church beside the Lake of Dawn to commemorate the occasion. Pilgrims pour in to pray to the ninth god as word spreads, bringing plenty of coin with them. The stories of Calith fade in the face of a supposed power of the ninth god. Your Majesty, mass unemployment and unrest have arisen down the march. Businesses going bankrupt, mills shutting down. People are calling it a Great Depression because it makes everyone miserable. Aye, my investments have all gone up in smoke, and it's the same for all the other barons. We must find a way to lift the march out of poverty. Alright, bail out the bankrupt businesses? Mass unemployment? Easy fix. Turn them into soldiers. I mean... D is not good. D is bad. No, D is not good. D is dreadful. This is such a disaster waiting to happen. And it's not going to solve the trade issue. It will solve a military issue, though. Mass employment, turn them into soldiers! You begin the process of mass conscription, forcing the unemployed marcher peasants to be productive by shoving lombos into their hands and telling them to practice hitting sacks of straw at 50 paces. The marcher army swells in size, but the economy is still in shambles and the barons grumble that their investments are losing value by the day. It's fine! See, you're back to 10 now! After a skirmish with ice giants, the chiefs loot 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. This could be a thing. It's a good way to keep you from going through your scheme if you get really mad. You know what? Tax breaks for everyone else. Mercenary income. Your Majesty, I have good news. Those mercenary companies that we let loose in the wild, they're still returning profits. What a wonderful investment. What happens now? Well, I came here to just give you your share, of course. Please take it. The question now remains, Your Majesty, whether or not to call it quits. Why would we do that? We sent them to Ashmead in order to blood them. They're more proven themselves. We could bring them home and have them train our own military with their expertise. Or we could put them back to work with the expectation of future profits. Probably that one. I get the feeling this might go really badly wrong. Our authority is not great. This is when they become a roving band of brigands. We haven't done this before. XCOM odds, so basically it's a fail. Vote welp. Unfortunately, not all mercenary companies obey their summons. Many are now living well from the gold they've earned, thinking they'd be much better off on their own. Your letters go unanswered. Eventually it's clear they no longer answer to you or the barons, nor will they be sending you any more profits. It's fine. It's not fine. Ninth above, Your Highness. One of the peasants from my estate discovered something extraordinary. I was lost in the desert, herding my sheep, and ran out in the water, and I swear I heard the voice of a ninth god in my ear. He said, "Drink and be sustained, for you are faithful." Then the oasis bubbled up from the dry sand. Are you sure it wasn't a hallucination? By all that's holy, no! The water has healing properties. A single sip fixed my sprained ankle. A true miracle in the south. This is a marvellous news indeed. We must allow the kingdom's faithful to access these sacred waters. Nay, the world! Wait a moment. For free, your holiness? Clearly the sacred waters must be free for everyone who wants them, right? Everyone? It'll be fine. It won't anger anybody. This will, of course, mean that they'll get back down to 4. But I can't afford the stability loss. This kingdom's going to be a disaster. That said, it'll be the most faithful kingdom you've ever seen. 10s across the board. Yeah, but it might improve everyone else's. Disgruntled grandees claim that the ninth god created this miracle on their land as an opportunity to profit, to reward them for this life of their devout faith. But they can't deny that it brings gold to the south. Enterprising priests travel to the holy spring to sell relics, and merchants hawk southern snacks and delicacies. The name of the ninth god rings out through all the look fanatical belief all across the board. Comet sighting. A blood-red comet was spotted in the night sky over the north, Your Greatness. The villagers are claiming it's a terrible omen. The common folk are on the verge of panic. Is there anything I can do? Tell the church to dispel such baseless superstitions. The priests of the north preach that the comet is actually a good omen. Unfortunately, the peasants don't believe a word of it. Darn it! For a few weeks, the north is gripped in panic. Riot break out in the streets, soothsayers wander the land foretelling doom! It happens. Meanwhile... Looks like this is going well. Faction check. You are... a chief. You want your defiance to get low. Glorious work, my friend. We have a faithful South and a friendly High Inquisitor. Now's the perfect time to expose the Queen's sins. Our already leads on information from inside the palace we can use against the Queen. It's only a matter of time. We have the High Inquisitor on our side, but we must also sow dissent. We won't succeed alone. Right, Barons, we need to keep the combined defiance to at least 8. That's a problem. I need that. You could rebel, but if you did, you would immediately get the Grandees to their 3rd level. No, that's a really bad idea, Chiefs. Don't do it. Yeah, Your Majesty, I have a few messages from some respected members of the clergy. Oh, yes? Your decision to stay chaste in honor of the Ninth God has caused quite a stir, and many people want to meet you. The High Inquisitor mentioned wanting assistance in dealing with some heretical items. The leaders of the Sisterhood of Steel would love to see you, and a group of reclusive monks have invited you for a visit. Tell me about the monks. They live deep within the cave systems far to the north, Your Majesty. They sheltered there from aggressive northern godspeakers centuries ago. They're still very reclusive, but I hear they experience intense visions from the Ninth God. You'll gain a great deal of wisdom from visiting them, I'm certain. What about the nunnery? The Sisterhood of Steel is an ancient order known for their military prowess, Your Majesty. They would very much like to speak with you, and perhaps teach you their battle arts. What about the High Inquisitor? She has a stockpile of dangerous artifacts that need to be cleansed, Your Majesty. Since you have such a close connection with the Ninth God, you are the ideal person to assist in the ritual. Though I must say, I'm not for the faint of heart. I've made my decision. I will visit the reclusive monks in the north. Very good, Your Majesty. I'll let them know that you will visit the monastery soon. About face, eh? Your Majesty, the new anti-counterfeiting coins are almost ready to roll out in the south. There is an issue, however. The common folk now associate your face with the old valueless coins. Perhaps you should replace your image with something else? If we must. Sorry, Your Majesty, but it's for the best. Not to worry, Your Holiness. I know who could shoulder this burden. Why don't you put Devi's face on the coin? I know you have your differences, but Devi is a notable public figure in the south. Replace it with the treasurer's face! Oh. Yes! Yes! Replace it with the treasurer's face! Treasurer's face coins! Do it! It's glorious! You want to replace the face? Then it will be your face! Yours shall be the face. And the best part is, we won't even lose authority from this. Because we'll lose authority, and then gain authority. Oh, my face? Your Majesty, I don't know what to say. This has always been a dream of mine. Southern merchants are delighted with the new anti-counterfeiting coins. Even better, when the new coins roll out with your treasurer's face, she becomes obsessively focused on using obscure accounting tricks to collect as many as possible. This proves a great benefit to your treasury. Of course, a more simple-minded of the common folk declare this means the treasurer is the true queen. When you appear in public, they shout for the treasurer to take your place. Well, that's a problem. Your Majesty, I received a letter from Chief Cyrus the Mad DJ. There's trouble brewing. So? It's serious, an insurrection. It all started when the peasants got hungry. They've surrounded Chief Sirius the Mad DJ's longhouse and are demanding he give up his riches. Does he have riches to give up? According to the peasants, his great-great-great-grandfather has quite a collection of antiquities. He asked the council to send aid. I mean... Wait. I've got a plan. Clearly Sirius should pay for this. Note the other regions need to have 8 or more defiance. Your defiance doesn't count, Grandies. Hello, Buttmad. The peasants are delighted with their newfound prosperity. Chief Sirius the Mad DJ, less so. When he next returns to the council, he sends a pitch-dark glare in your direction. That's fine. Deep in the back rooms of the royal palace, the marcher barons are poring over secret letters and scribbled diagrams. On the wall is a corkboard filled with pins and crisscrossed with coloured string. The queen refuses to marry, despite everyone's advice. She'd better at least get on with finding an heir, or all of our heads will be on the chopping block. Too right, the Grandees have been building churches and courting priests all over the south. Don't think the ninth god's going to help them much, but the archbishop might. Then we've got to keep up our efforts. Queen Carla isn't going anywhere on our watch. You gotta keep up with the, countering their schemes. Meanwhile, in the north, you're hosting a grand feast. The gods are not smiling upon us, friend. We failed to win the Spymaster's trust, and she still watches us with an eagle eye. How goes the search for a lookalike? Not well. I'm still looking. The best we found is a peasant with the wrong-shaped nose, the wrong-coloured eyes, and a wooden leg. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there. I'm sure of it. Yeah, it's not good. Right. A laughing stock. Visions of the Ninth. Okay, let's do this one first. The monks who live within the caves here invited you to share their hospitality. There's little sign of life. But as you approach the mountainside, a monk emerges carrying a flaming torch. He bows low. Your Majesty, we foresaw your coming. My thanks for accepting our invitation. What do you hope from your visit? I want to be closer to my ninth god. A worthy aim indeed. We will see whether he graces you with his words. Please step this way. You follow him into a tunnel cut into the mountain that quickly narrows to less than your arm span. It's a dizzying labyrinth, and you could never find your way out of here alone. Eventually, the tunnel opens out to a dimly lit underground lake. Several monks sit by the water, meditating in silence. Every so often, you hear chanting, but from where you can't tell. Your Majesty, you may meditate with us if you wish, and commune with the ninth god. There will also be a sermon starting on the hour. Alternatively, you may read our records and learn more of our visions of past and future. What's involved in meditation? We sit still and silent, emptying our minds in order for the ninth god to fill it. What about the sermon? I will deliver a sermon on the subject of divinity and the monarchy, in your honour. And the records? We scribe our visions every time we experience them, so that we may apply the wisdom to everyday life. Very well, I know what I do. What to do? Excellent, Your Majesty. I'll look through the records. You comb through parchment tomes full of spidery handwriting, reading visions from a time of your forebear, Harald the Great. Dozens of visions describe monks being trapped in burning monasteries, soldiers destroying lovingly made carvings and tapestries, and devotees left in the dust. That was a hard time for us all. It's one reason why we retreated into the mountains centuries ago. I hope I can control things and stop that happening. He nods solemnly. I shall pray on it, Your Majesty. We trust in the ninth god to provide. You spend the night in a surprisingly cozy cave cell before making your way back to the capital the next day. Gain a bit of authority. And now this. Your Majesty, the acclaimed playwright Nigel Chickensteel has written another smash hit. All with theatres must show us showing it nightly. Oh, wonderful! I love his work. So do I. So does everyone. But the problem is that the new play features a character obviously based on you. An admiring homage. Homage? How delightful. You misunderstand me, Your Highness. The character is portrayed as a professional clown named Biffo. At one point, a bucket of sand, a bucket of custard, but custard's actually better than sand. A bucket of custard is upended over her head as she sits on the throne. Your Highness, peasants and nobles alike are watching this play. The theatres are packed. You must put a stop to this. You simply cannot be known as Queen Biffo. I'm going! Again, because this is a great way to gain sentiment. Shocked silence falls in the theatre as heralds announce your arrival. You wave from the royal box as the actors stare at you, horrified. Well, what are you waiting for? The play begins! Soon enough, the clown queen arrives on stage, comedically tripping up over their own robes. They somehow found an actor who looks just like you. Don't get this person for the doppelganger scheme, please. Endless humiliations are heaped on this honking, squeaking parody. Finally, the play concludes with the custard-drenched queen handing her crown to the deserving hero. All eyes turn to you. How do you react? I'm gonna climb onto that stage and I'm gonna congratulate them on the hilarious play. The audience breaks out in relieved cheers. The actors bow before you, weeping from gratitude. After that, the whole capital can talk about nothing but your good humour and mercy. Oh yeah, that takes some gumption. I must applaud that. Your Highness, will you tell these superstitious chiefs to get over themselves and let us harvest their trees? We need the wood for our craftspeople. I've told you 1,000 times, Baroness, that forest is thoroughly haunted. You'll darn us all if you go logging there. But you sold us a logging contract, and said contract had no exclusions for hauntings. Your Highness, the chiefs can't be allowed to wriggle out of their commitments. Ah! Oh, these are terrible! The best thing we can do is this. If we iron choice C... No, this is bad for everyone. If we iron choice C, then we don't gain or lose authority. That's the best chance we've got. $100, 0% is basically 100%, right? Well, there isn't 100% in it. But it's not for success. It might be 0. Why not go D? Because there's a 50% chance it'll fail. You want your lumber? Well, you can have it. You can look at it. A hunting reserve? Well, I do love hunting. Despite Baroness Neon Nautilus's enthusiasm, the Queen Carla Friendship Reserve doesn't really get off the ground as the chiefs avoid it out of fear and habit. Still, at least it keeps the barons from hacking it down. Yay! Well, I'm going to leave you to get some voting done. I'm going to BRB a moment. Have fun blowing all of your money on things! I see someone trying to fund Thancab. None of these buildings are silly enough. Honestly, I'll take farming up and military down a bit. There could still be a rebellion. The Wandering Bard, eh? Your Majesty, a travelling bard. She says she has come to compose a song for you. Not just any bard, Your Highness. The best in the land. Sally Six Fingers, they call me. A song, you say, about me? Why, of course! In fact, I have a tune and verse all but ready. I have saved my best work for you, my queen. All I require is a subject. What should I tell the masses of you? What would you like to inspire? Teach them to love me. I will do so, Your Highness. Absolutely. Give me but a few weeks and everyone within the Crown Lands will know of your benevolence. Pray, I need but a small payment of 500 gold for your time. A discounted rate for one such as so esteemed as yourself. You deserve more than that. What about 1,000 gold? Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. She hurries out of the throne room to do your bidding. Unfortunately, Sally is a better salesperson than songwriter. She composes a song, yes, but it fails to capture the hearts of the people. You have her perform it for you, but it's abysmal. Nothing rhymes, there's no rhythm, and she doesn't even pronounce your name correctly. Darn it! It's alright, it was worth the risk. A blood-red comet was spotted on the night over the south, Your Holiness. The peasants are claiming it's a terrible omen. Just tell them not to worry. The priests of the south preach that the comet is actually a good omen due to a new interpretation of an obscure cluster of stars. Fortunately, the church is trusted enough in the south that the peasants believe their pastors. The comet is celebrated as a sign of the ninth god's favour. Murder! My father, Baron Andraxion, has been murdered, and I know who did it. It was Grandy Uncle Putt, by my honour. Don't let him deny it. I won't deny I killed the venerable Baron Andraxion too, but it was no murder. Andraxion too agreed to an honourable duel, which I won. Great God, it was no duel, it was cold-blooded killing. What reason would my father possibly have to duel with you in the first place? The reason for any duel is between the challenger and the challengee. A private matter, not fit for this council. This Grandy is a danger to us all! Imprison him! Come on! Imprison the Grandy! We should imprison them! No! No, we should totally imprison them! They didn't use the non-lethal swords that squeak. They used the stabby death swords. Did Grandy Uncle Putt knock him down with his shout before? No, he just stabbed him. That was just a stabbening. What was happening was a stabbening. Stabby McStabberson approves! Does he really? Unacceptable! This is a direct violation of our cultural rights, to be punished for following the ancient codes, and with no evidence? The ninth god wrath upon you all! It's clear where his wrath now lies, murderer. This is exactly what you deserve. It's fine. Meanwhile, deep in the south, I'm told that progress is slow. How could they be so blind, trusting in that fool of a queen after everything she's done? The Grandee's aim is to raise defiance of all the other regions to 8. Doo-dee-doo. Doo-dee-doo. I'm sorry. Let me give you some money. Of course, Your Majesty refused to get married, against my advice. There's one other thing you're missing. Something that's even more important than a spouse. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're legitimate. surely have a... I'll make my youngest cousin my heir. Of course, an entirely sensible idea. I'll make the arrangements at once. Oh yeah, you can't actually rebel because stability's too good. Your Majesty, Grandy Uncle Putt, the Grandy you imprisoned for Baron Adrax's murder, is asking to speak with you personally. Something about a trial by combat. Very well. I'll head down to the dungeons. You're escorted downstairs, in which you find him praying in silence. Thank you for agreeing to meet me, Your Highness. I have something to beg of you. Duels of honor are an integral part of Southern culture. So far, I have not had a proper trial by which to prove my innocence. I humbly ask that you let the Ninth God decide my fate, and sanction a trial by combat. Fine, I will allow you a trial by combat. You are most wise, Your Majesty. Thank you. This won't end well. Meanwhile, trees! Your Majesty, Baroness Neo Nautilus has gone missing in Queen Carla Friendship Reserve. Her servants say she was eaten by a tree. I warned you, didn't I? Those trees are clearly possessed by evil spirits of the primordial north. Eaten by a tree? How does that work? Look, I'm not a tree wizard. All I know is that it's not natural. My liege, please, we need to burn this stupid grove to the ground before more people go missing. You won't go anywhere near it if you know what's good for you. Set fire to the forest is an option. Close the reserve for good. I think we need to, burn the forest. I think we must burn the forest. It is the only way. Fire! Copious amounts of fire. They may do. Maybe. You can't just burn our trees down! This is all your fault to begin with, 10-player! We can and we will. Time to avenge Baroness Neo Nautilus. Fires are lit all around the ancient grove. Of course, any deliberate acts of arson brings with it an unintended flare-ups. Hundreds of innocent, non-creepy trees get burnt in the process, as well as several pagan shrines. It's fine, it's not fine. Deep in the south, the back garden of a sun-bleached villa, a number of grandees crowd around a figure, raising their arms in a toast. Here's to the future Monarch Devi, and the golden age on the horizon. May the Ninth God strike down the false queen for her wickedness. Soon the Inquisition will be complete, and the Archbishop will crown our claimant. But what should be done with the queen? Just abdication is fine. I think you have to have stability really low, though. I don't think it's going to be as easy as you'd like. Okay, everyone, so we gotta keep stability high, otherwise you lose. Yeah, everyone's going to work to keep stability high now, though. That's the thing. A glorious way to usher in the new monarch, I say. The Ninth God will surely be pleased. First, the Queen's grip on the kingdom must be at an all-time low. We wouldn't want to face any backlash from our little fireworks show, would we? For the final stage, you must lower stability to 2 or less. 2. You know? Think we might get a call for unity here, so that... The problem is, if the chiefs rebel, you could lower stability further, and thus ensure a loss. Oh god, they're all events here! I mean, you could work to not... to make sure that the grandees lose. Your Majesty, too long have we let tension simmer between us. We are citizens of the same kingdom, are we not? I would just want to assure you the chiefs are loyal despite the rumours, and to prove it, let's hold a ceremony of friendship where we renew our feudal vows. What a lovely idea. It's basically a big party followed by a renewal of our vows of loyalty. This is a chiefs only affair, by the way. Other regions are not invited. Though unfortunately we still need council approval to open the treasury purse strings. We could declare it a public ceremony accessible across the kingdom. If we do that... So long, Padraig. If we do that, then we'll be 2 points of stability up. That'll make it very difficult for the grandees to achieve their goal. Come on, people. You know you wanna. Or you can make the chiefs happier. That will make the chiefs happier! Everyone could turn up. It'll be fine. Everyone could turn up. The whole kingdom. Except the guy who wanted to make the mouldy bread cure. He's a bit dead. Across the kingdom, workers down their tools for the day to celebrate the enduring friendship of the chiefs and the queen. Meanwhile, you lead the chiefs on a public procession through the capital. As the sun sets, the chiefs kneel before you in the city square and repeal their feudal vows. Don't repeal them. They might be doing that in a moment. You anoint each of their foreheads with a dab of sacred oil. They rise to their feet again and embrace you one by one. It's all good. Trial by combat. It's the day of Grandy Uncle Putt's trial, and half the city has turned up to watch the spectacle. Grandy Uncle Putt will be fighting a champion of the crown, Your Majesty. Whoever draws first blood wins. Who will represent you in the pit? The Marshal could? I don't know. Should we find out? The Marshal, of course. Don't worry, Your Majesty. I won't let you down. Let's get this underway, shall we? The fighters don their armor and weapons and face each other in the small fighting pit. I take no pleasure in this, but I must be free. I will try to strike lightly, my friend. 55% chance. You take a sip of your drink as the bout begins. Both fighters move like dancers, attacking like vipers, and circle each other like wolves closing in on their prey. Like all things exciting, the fight is over almost as soon as it began. But you weren't expecting what comes next. After a quick dodge, a spin, and a vicious thrust, the martial sword unexpectedly pierces Uncle Putt's gambeson. Blood spurts immediately from the chest wound. Someone fetch a healer, quickly! But it's too late. Nothing can mend Uncle Putt's pierced heart. I guess that settles it then. He's guilty. Indeed, Your Majesty. Justice has been done. And swiftly. The Grandees will complain, but they can't do more than that. We beat them on their own terms, after all. Grand. You got stabinated. Your Majesty, 2 barons are on their way home from an epic hunt and seek shelter for the night. In exchange, they're willing to give you a rare trophy and provide meat for an extravagant feast if you wish. They can stay, but I don't like a feast. I don't feel like a feast. You invite the barons and their retinue to the palace and exchange pleasantries before turning in for the night. But later that night, you hear strange noises coming from their quarters, like a pig squealing and snorting. What on Celeste Ath did they bring in here? I think we should leave them to it. Sure enough, the noise eventually stops. You just hope that whatever they did, they didn't make a mess of the guest quarters. The next morning, you part way with the Barons. They thank you for your hospitality, gifting you some of their hunting trophies, including the head of a huge southern lion known as Pride Claw. It'll be fine! Must have been my imagination. The Barons are gathered in the empty council hall late at night. A new report from one of their spies has just come in. Great God! The Grandees are in league with the High Inquisitor. They're the ones who have been spreading all these horrific rumours about the Queen. Is it too late to stop them? Maybe. We'll never be able to convince the High Inquisitor to switch sides, and the Queen still has yet to produce an heir. Perhaps it's worth changing tact. If it's too late for Queen Carla, we might want to get out while we can. Our only other option now is to retake the throne by force, if we think Queen Carla's too weak to hold it. About that, I've kept you on side the whole time. But it's an all-or-nothing play. If we rebel now, all our goodwill will be gone. Not to mention a few of our heads if we lose. I think you'll be alright. See, we could get more stability. We could support the Queen by donating food. Then we have stability 8. What chances did the Grandees have of getting stability to 2? We're balancing the scales, everyone! Everyone's go to business for yourselves. It's worked great for you in the past. Has it really? Huzzah! This should help keep Carla have a good grip on the peasantry, but we can't do it all for her. The Barons must continue to aid the Queen by countering the other region's schemes. It's alright. We've got this. Maybe. Easing the tension. Your Majesty, nobles of the Council, tensions are running high, but the kingdom itself is stable. Perhaps it's time we forgot our past troubles and came together as friends. What do you have in mind, Chancellor? We could exchange gifts, or hold a friendly competition. A fashion show, perhaps, or a game of riddles. Your Majesty, why don't we hold a vote on a team-building exercise to help you and the Council trust each other again? Okay, people, hear me out. Hear me out. Fashion. We are passionate about fashion, alright? We are the most fashionable monarch. Come on, people. Fashion competition. Let's do it. Let's have some fun here. Let's have a fashion competition. Yeah, this is something to be remembered for. Exactly. Fashion. It's beautiful. See, I'm getting to the point in the game where we're exploring the options we've not done before. Like, a fashion competition. Seems great. We might not win, but it'll be fun. Maybe the March will get some trade from this. Maybe they will. Wonderful! I'll make the arrangements at once. A cash prize shall go to the winning noble, I think. The nobles of the council begin murmuring. A fashion show? They better buy some new jewellery and dig out their finest outfits. Oh. Rain. Great God! What in the knight's name is that smell? A bit of lavender oil? A little rose? Well, it's vile. Stay away from me, if you please. Won't do you much good. Everyone in the south is bathing these days, all thanks to their aqueduct's pristine waters. Why, I've been bathing nearly once a fortnight. You smell rather nice, actually. Why, thank you, Your Highness. In fact, the council should establish public bathhouses in cities all across the kingdom. Hell's bells, really? All a decent hunter needs is to plunge into the forest pool to wash off the blood every once in a while. Warn the kingdoms about the dangers of bathing! What? I'm gonna let you decide. We've not had the 70% succeed before. Third time's the charm! Alright, can we do this? Well, we could certainly get even more stability. In front of the palace, your servants scurry up to set a huge golden tub. You're just about to disrobe when a gust of wind catches your dress and gown and blows it away. As you stand before you completely nude, the nobles start whispering and giggling. Behold the might and beauty of my royal person. Very impressive, your majesty. Do you think it might be wise to get in now? As you get in, you stumble and splash everyone. Lavender turns to gold grumbles. In the end, the whole thing is not more opportunity for ridicule than anything else. The new bathing trend quickly fades away. That's fine. It's fine, Hordlings. Your Highness, I'm ruined! Hordlings have occupied my vineyard and driven my staff away. It's always a vineyard, isn't it? I'll assemble a council. Ninth bless you, your Highness. I mean, we could just burn the vineyard down. Or we could strong-arm the other grandees into helping. I mean, the other grandees are pretty good. We always usually burn it, this is true. But I think farming is such that we might want to not burn it. We might just want to anger people a little bit into helping, you know? Normally we burn it and it doesn't do much good. It just gets people very, very angry. You couldn't get C. We literally don't have the money for C. When the grandees begrudgingly send in their token force, a slaughter ensues. The Hordlings put up a meagre fight before scurrying to the hills. Peculiarly, the grandees discover that the Hordlings fill Grandee Oakenstake's wine cellar with spoons. So many that it's almost impossible to move down there. It will take some time before the vineyard's back to full production, but Grandee Oakenstake is grateful for the help. Excellent! There's some good things there. An opportunity for increased trade? An opportunity for some more military? Tiny Train literally could buy their own kingdom pretty soon. One day Tiny Train will spend that money. In fact, one day they won't spend this money. It will never be spent. It will never be spent.
You know what Tangy thinks? Tangy thinks you should help the monarch win. Because the monarch's very nice. They're like a nice person, and they got a crown, and they're a princess and a queen, and I want to be a queen. Yeah.
Mayhem!
And that's Cav there subbing with 53 months. Thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. That is incredibly kind. We kind of had things a bit dicey at one point, Cav, but we're clawing it back. Slightly. The fashion show! Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. I did, but you're more than welcome to redeem it again, because it's very cool. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to my cousin and adopted child. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Majesty, it's on cooldown? Really? Hang on. What's the cooldown on this thing? Is it like... Did I set it like 30 hours or something? It's only 45 minutes. Wait, has someone already redeemed it? Yeah, someone did! Sorry! It was redeemed ages ago. Hang on. Keep him up for a while. Hey, buddy! Your Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on your adopting an heir. What is their name? Carla 2. Gods are good, Your Highness. I'm sure Carla 2 will be a chip off the old block. In there right, Cav. Cav's judging you all. Congratulations on finding an heir! Now you just need to fulfill your ambition and win the game. Expect a visit from a spy master soon. Fashion show! You enter the council hall to find it transformed. The walls are bedecked with mirrors and jewels, and a long table has been repurposed as a catwalk. Your Majesty, welcome to the kingdom's very first fashion show. Remember, you'll be voting on which of these nobles is the best dressed. Chief Valtor 5 does some kind of pagan dance down the catwalk, featuring a lot of foot stamping and hand clapping. Once you reach the catwalk's end, he hurls an axe clear across the council hall, thudding into the wall. Hoo-ha! Check out the goods, don't be shy! I like the enthusiasm. Grandy Putt Mad Fred dances down the catwalk with a sword in his hand, fencing against an imaginary opponent. Once he reaches the catwalk's end, he swishes his sword over his shoulder and bows deeply. My current attire is practical and attractive. Splendid! Stunning! Baron Bonfiem stomps down the catwalk with a face like thunder. Once he reaches the catwalk's end, he strikes a formidable pose, arms folded, legs apart. This is a total waste of time. Bravo! A devastating display! And of course, our last competitor is the Queen herself. Get on that stage, Your Majesty! I will sashay down the catwalk with as much style as I can muster. You make your way down the catwalk, trying your best to protect confidence, but you trip over your robes and faceplant. The nobles can't stifle their giggles as your crown falls away and you chase after it swearing. Darn it! Who had the best style? You know what? You know what? Not me. Not me. Gotta be honest, it wasn't me. I think the best style was actually the first one. I think it was Chief Valtor. I think Chief Valtor pulled it out the bag. I think they did. I think they did it. But you're welcome to vote for whoever you like. Have we had a single 70% chance to succeed? Probably not. I think Valtor did very well. It's a fine show. We've had 95% fail today. Yeah, we have. But 5 authority is fine. At the moment. I think we're in trouble. I won! I won! I didn't realize that northern styles were in fashion this far south. The grandees and barons mutter grumpily, but the chiefs are ecstatic in their victory. The Chancellor looks on, beaming like a proud parent. Ooh, I don't know what this one is. Your Highness, unfortunately there's been some strange happenings in the newly built stadium. I'd rather keep it quiet for now. The other nobles can be so judgmental. I don't want to think I don't have a grip on the situation. Tell me more. Odd symbols are being painted on the bricks of the stadium. No one knows where they're coming from, but those who look at them now grow too restless and feverish. I'll keep it quiet. Cheers, my liege. What should we do? It's horrible. It's horrible for the visitors. Well, just paint over them. Just paint over them. Use your vast amounts of wealth. Yep, paint it over. It's all good. That went smoother than expected. Cut this green a little. Oh no! Hopefully this is the last we'll hear of it. And they are gone. Ooh, okay. You know what? I think it's fine right now. With the possible exception of you, I need a bit of money, okay? A little bit of a nest egg. I've been very kind to the barons so far. Very kind. Also, there's a reason I did that. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a saint. You're well on your way to reaching that goal. The Church have never loved the Queen more. Well done, Your Majesty. But to shut down Manoble scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. Your Majesty, if you help us spread the zeal of a Ninth Church, the God will lend our full support. With the backing of the Church, the nobles wouldn't dare move against you. Have you heard of the Scepter of Sages? It's an ancient lost artifact forged by Queen Alma the Wise. There's a legend that any queen who recovers it will rule over a golden age. I think authority is probably a better goal here. Clearly we need trade. Clearly we don't. A wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll send word to my priests. But of course you need to be worthy. Your priority is to raise your authority and the kingdom's overall faith as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. Let's be honest here. I think I might have got this one. Maybe. Your Highness, you recall the symbols that kept showing up on our stadium, causing trouble, people to run away? Is it still happening? Yes, but now someone's carving them. We've discovered a network of abandoned tunnels beneath the stadium itself. The tunnel walls are carved with those same symbols. When I tried going inside, my legs couldn't move. I could do nothing but run away. What should we do? We could have the tunnels flooded. I mean, flood the tunnels. Vast amounts of water. I think we should... Which ones would you prefer? Would you like the adventurers to go in, or the scholar? Which would you like better? Because I'm curious to see either result. We normally flood it. Which would you like to see? C is most likely not to blow. Adventurers, scholars... Scholars would be new. Alright. Let's send the scholars. Let's send the scholars in. I'd like to see what happens if we send the scholars. This might make them a bit mad, but it'll be alright. We'll be okay. But the adventurers! Yeah, maybe we'll have to send them later. I'm impressed we still have scholars. Can I join this one? Yeah, absolutely. We'll be soon to finish it, but you can absolutely join the next one. A historian from Quail University makes her way to the Marcher Stadium, staying on Zebozoa's estate while she studies. I've never seen sigils like this. Could be the dialect of later Valashine, perhaps, but in the Marcher of all places? At last, a mystery worth solving. You await her results with anticipation. So does Zevo Zorace, who is running low on candles, wine, and patience.
Mayhem!
Ugh, have to live in this shabby specimen? Thanks, Observer Watcher. 41 months on a 41-month streak. Hi, Kiko. Hope you're doing well. Just stopping by to renew my sub. Greatly appreciated. The Hordlings are back. Your Holiness, the Hordlings! They've returned. The soldiers we sent only got rid of them temporarily. They've taken over my vineyard again! Those things are impossible to kill! Never mind that, Your Highness. We must act quickly to alleviate the spoon shortage in the south. Spoons are disappearing all across the region. I'm sorry, spoons? It's no laughing matter. Have you ever tried to eat soup with a fork? It's simply impossible. Fine, I'll call a vote. Praise be. Thank you, Your Highness. Order a hunt for the missing spoons. Pivot the South's industry to make more spoons. Yes! Make more spoons! Spoonflation! We must have spoons! Are spoons the new crabs of the new bees? Yes! Spoons! Beautiful. Beautiful. It's terrible for our plot. Let's be honest here. It's quite likely I'm going to win, so we're having a bit of fun here before the end. And then we'll start a new plot and it'll all be awful. Great swathes of workshops throughout the south suddenly take on new orders. It's spoon season now! But spoons continue to go missing almost as fast as they can be made. Meanwhile, Grandy Oleg Snake's problems compound, sending him into a spiral of debt. I mean, you're a bit late. But you know what? I'll take it. Do I go immediately for it, or do we get one more point of authority? Word from the university might be interesting. Let's do this first. Your Majesty, I've returned from visiting a stadium over in the March. What did you find? She shows you her sketches. As you look at them, faint warmth plays over your skin and something itches inside your skull. By the ninth god, what's that? My theory is that this is actually protective magic, Your Majesty. Someone's warding the stadium against some great evil. I don't think they mean harm at all. I don't like the sound of this magic business going on in my stadium. Smacks of demons to me. It's evil magic, that's what it is. We must find the perpetrator and punish them. Okay, hear me out, because it's very likely we're going to win very soon. If we want to get, like, the most likely to get a fresh start on a monarchy, leave the symbols alone. We haven't done this. Leave the symbols. It's very likely to work. It might be serious. And then we'll go for the ambition. I'm confused, but okay. The plan is simple. The sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun. The plan is simple. We get a victory down, and then you can absolutely destroy me with the next monarchy, because you will. You will. Also, we didn't get married in this one either. There are far too many other things to worry about. So despite the High Inquisitor's protest, you put the stadium out of your mind. So do the peasants. Indeed, the artistry of the symbols becomes well known across the March, drawing tourists and admirers. Now we go for the sainthood ambition. You did. Your Majesty, I've received messages from the priests beyond the capital. They've been working hard to promote your power in every sermon. As they should. Let's see what they have to say. Your command of the kingdom is masterful, Your Majesty. The nobles are in no position to push back against you. Woo! We did an 80%, everyone. I think we've done it. Now the true journey of sainthood begins. We will scour the kingdom for miracles, so you could show the holiness of your rule. Please thank the priests for me. Oh, they need no thanks. More than ever, we serve the crown and the ninth as one. I shall write to my priests directly. They will investigate any potential miracles and send word once they find something. Oh, it's 90% because we have 9 in the faith there. That 1%. That one lost. After a few weeks, Baron Aurelian CB arrives expectantly. Whew! An 80 and a 90! Oh! We did it. Huzzah, my liege! Excellent news from the march. 9 black swans were seen on the river, and a group of barons followed them deep into the forest. The swans paid them no heed, but led them to a grove, where stood an ancient, forgotten church. The swans vanished, leaving only a single feather. Not to mention that the marcher crop suddenly flourished. Didn't I promise that I would help the march? Look at your bountiful harvest, and all it cost was a tiny bit of military. I have stayed true to you, marchers. Stayed true. You doubt it, but you shouldn't have. Okay, trade is bad, but it was better than what it was. It was at 0. It's had an 100% improvement. Besides, you must recall that we claimed the Northern Lake of Blood was a sign of a ninth, and how the ninth blessed the south with holy waters. Events that happened in this reign. When the Queen's rule is holy, the ninth god rewards. Everyone agrees the signs are here. Does this mean it's time? I believe it is, Your Majesty. I will make the preparations for the ceremony at St. Bertrand's Cathedral. I look forward to seeing you. Before you know it, the time has come. It's a gloriously sunny day in the capital, and layers upon layers of ceremonial robes are rather hot. I think we've achieved this type of victory more than we have any other. You stand before the Archbishop at St. Bertrand's Cathedral in front of the gathered nobles. Off to the side, Carla too is watching excitedly. They occasionally try to dash into the crowd, but their governess retrieves them each time. We gather before the power of the ninth god to witness the holy influence of Queen Carla. There follows a long sermon. Blah, 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 rocks. Blah, 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 paper cups. Blah, 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 Ashmedian golem magic. Blah, 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 the Pentalonian Gandhavian of the 14th Rite. Blah, 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 space wizards. Blah, blah, blah. And thus the ninth god was pleased. And it goes on, and on, and on, and on, and on. Blah, 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 Keshambuk rampage. Blah, 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 Keith, the prophet with the all-seeing eyes. Blah, 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 use the spoon on the door. Blah, 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 Piscate Rosia 445. Blah, blah, blah. But eventually it's time for your blessing. A blanket of silence falls over the cathedral. You step forward and the Archbishop sprinkles holy water onto your brow. By the blessings of Batlin and Zio, and that villain from Albion that was actually a robot. Wait, who wrote this part in with crayon? Inquisitor? I'm on it. Perhaps you feel something. Bright spark of potential. The future stretches ahead of you as the endless power of the influential church surrounds you. The nobles can never stand against you now. Rise once more, Queen of the Kingdom, and Saint Carla. May the ninth god bless this day. He will, Your Majesty. He will. Applause rises in the cathedral, echoing in the huge rafters. Surrounded by her red-robed devotees, the High Inquisitor is watching closely. After a moment, she applauds you with the rest. As the next council session, the nobles arrive to find a cluster of Inquisitors have joined your honor guard. What are they doing here? Since when does the Inquisition have a place in the council? By my honor, hush, do you want to be tried for heresy? Sainthood hasn't changed me. I promise. Chief Trenturto still looks nervous, but none of the nobles, including them, speak up again. That's right, Cav! I'm the monarch now. The supreme monarch. No, over the course of the day, even the boldest noble is quick to vote with the crown. It's so easy, relaxing, efficient. You finish early for the first time in months. With the church at your back, you have license to do what you please. As long as you keep on the ninth god's good side, of course. A long, glorious, and venerated reign awaits for St. Carla. The barons celebrated their victory, and Carla was venerated as a true hero of the march. But some whispered of their puppet as the queen. Some whispered the barons would lose control of their puppet as the queen exalted her power around her heir apparent, Carl II. All that remained of the chief's attempt to usurp the crown was a prisoner, deep under the palace, clad in an iron mask and shrouded in rumour. The grandees continued to throw accusations of witchcraft and heresy at their enemies. Everyone gradually learned to ignore them. Praise be! Under St. Carla's reign, the church was all-powerful. The only thing warmer than the hearts of believers were the heretics being burned alive. The Queen died peacefully after another 15 years of rule. Devout rule. Legend says that an angel appeared at her bedside to bear her to the thereafter. Queen Carla the Stern. The Stern. Next door cell to me, I'm sure. Oh no, you're not in the cell anymore, Uncle Putt. You're dead. Uncle Putt died. Meanwhile, Tiny Train has so much money that canonically they could probably go off and found their own kingdom. I'm the poorest again. I accidentally bid on the wrong building. In the Shadow Realms. Alright. Oh, we should totally do that. Yes. I'm gonna do that. Hang on. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna ask them right now. I'm gonna ask them right now. No, I'm doing it right now. I need to message them. I have a silly event for a silly idea for a silly event in the game. One of my nobles, one of my players, has been hoarding a huge amount of wealth. They're up to over 25,000 gold. And I think it'd be an awesome event if that noble could try to buy their own kingdom. Or even the crown. Or even our kingdom. To buy their own kingdom. Or even our kingdom. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna post this right now. Done. I have sent the tweet. Meanwhile, Monarch Carla II looking amazing there. We are not going to be going for a Saint playthrough this time round. Because Saint's a bit easy. Let's do something awful and have this monarchy burn in flames. Because that's what'll happen. Now that you're the monarch, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Hello, chiefs! Hey, chiefs, we team up for... Look, it's gonna be a train wreck this time, I assure you. We've got the South, we have the March, and arguments. Is this what your mother fought so hard for? Hang on. Yeah. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your mother. May her soul rest in the ninth, as she watches over us, Saint Carla the Glorious, Saint Carla Bestern. Saint Carla that... Wait, is the Inquisitor watching me? No, it's just a statue. It's time for you to wear the crown. As tradition, the council will decide what happens to your coronation. But it's my coronation! This is an absolute monarchy, your majesty. Let's call the nobles in. I mean, at this point, the only one I'm gonna veto is outdated traditions. We know it's gonna be the river. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be the river. Prepare for the monarch. Yep, the wet river. Just throw me into the river, and thus Carla II was yeeted into the water. Sploosh. 1 in 10,000 event happens. Neck snap, rain over. And thus the monarch ended. It's decided! You'll be thrown in the river. Note, by the way, because you had a successful handover of power, our authority and stability start at 6, not 5. What kind of coronation is that? A very traditional ceremony. Well, off you go. And sploosh. Psh. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill. With your mother out the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how will you hope the kingdom will remember you? As a peacekeeper. An admirable aim. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the stability of the kingdom as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. It'll be fine. It won't be fine at all. Marty of the Zevo Zerace bloodline, Sinister Marsha, is shouting and swearing. When are the Barons of the Marsh back down from a fight? Never! I lost my eye in a fight. You lost your fight when you fell on a spoon imported from the south. Who told you that? You do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. Modernization, propaganda, gunpowder. May I not recommend propaganda, because I'm going to be working to improve my stability as much as possible. Gunpowder might be interesting, though. We haven't seen gunpowder work. We got close! It's none of these that was broken. I think it was intimidation that was. The Republic of Kurth has a substance called gunpowder. With enough of that, the barons could take over the kingdom! Of course, a sensible monarch would never allow one region to hold such a thing. So to do it secretly, the barons must ensure that trading partners don't fear the monarch's wrath. Must lower stability to 4 or less in half a year. Meanwhile, Asgol of the Ghidorah clan is spitting as they speak. Chiefs of the North, you know that I should be on my throne, not this imposter Carla II. How do we make that happen? If you pick sorcery, this will be hilarious. Don't pick Hornblower. In fact, actually, sorcery is your best bet. Oh no, sorcery is your best bet. Oh no! Sorcery is your best bet. No, what you could do is you could work together to have... you won't. The Chiefs plan to make a bargain with the wizard. These immortal spellcasters get involved in political squabbles, but perhaps if the monarch is considered a threat to their autonomy. You must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons. Okay, so you're both probably going to manage stage 1. You're both probably going to manage stage 1. Carmen of That Dude 9000. That's a cool image there. Droning on his inner days. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South. This is a stain on our honour. We must not allow it to go unanswered. I mean, doppelganger we've not seen happen. not seen doppelganger happen. And it won't be difficult. Probably. Yeah, I don't know how intimidation is. Oh, you're split. Oh, we're going for intimidation. That's actually quite sensible. No. It's doppelganger. The Grandees plan to swap the real monarch for a perfect doppelganger. It's only bug for the barons. Okay, so I didn't know that. First, they must try to gain the trust of the Spy Master. You must keep defiance to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Okay. I think I'm in trouble. Oh, these are terrible. I'm taking that. Let's talk about the honor guard first. One evening you're sitting in bed. Here comes that peasant. Oh, hello. Oh, I came in through the same door the other guy came through. Who are you? Oh, me? Name's Quacking Tony, you badge. Pleased to meet ya. Listen, I've got a bloody great idea. What if we tied a bunch of birds to a knight? I reckon you could field some aerial troops and totally dominate the battlefield. Before Quacking Tony can explain further, your marshal bursts into the bedchamber, swords drawn. Your Majesty, I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. I had no idea where the Palace Watch are. Do you want me to kill that intruder? No, I want you to vote on his proposal. Whatever you say, Your Majesty. She goes and gathers up the council, who trickle into the hall in their pyjamas, rubbing sleep from their eyes. They don't look particularly pleased to have been woken up. Yes, and the program shall be in the south. Come on. It will work brilliantly. They will soar gloriously by the power of... I like the Quacking Tony is up there. This is a great idea. I think that it should be like 5 ducks to a night. That should do. 5 ducks. Maybe 6. Be the best flying knights you've ever seen. Under Quacking Tony's close supervision, a flock of ravens are tied to a southern knight. Instead of flying, the knight is lost in a flurry of mad pecking and pooping. Quacking Tony insists you merely use the wrong type of bird. Further experiments are conducted with owls, eagles, geese, woodpeckers, ostriches, and little grebes before hundreds of southern knights quit in disgust. Needless to say, the whole thing is an embarrassing failure. Your Majesty, if that peasant had been a maniac with a crossbow, I dread to think what could have happened. It turns out he was a maniac with a stupid idea involving tying birds to knights. Well, he is quacking, Tony. You do have a point there. If one thing's clear for this mess, you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe, not like the pathetic watch. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. I have an idea. I know who it's going to be. I wait your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. The Veterans of the March. I will make the arrangements at once. The veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in perfect formation before lining up behind your throne, hands on their sword hilts. Each soldier sports a bigger scar than the last. Yeah, I'm not picking the Flying Knights. Meanwhile, Your Highness, vineyards for some reason are always under attack in the south. I'll assemble the council, I suppose. Ninth bless you, Your Highness. We're really good at making a mess of things. I mean, we could just... I mean, you could either help or burn everything. It's your call. I'm gonna let you pick. We're just not hiring an adventurer. I need that money to pay for my spoons. Why is it always the vineyard? Always the vineyard. They just like wine, what can I say? And spoons. When the grandees grudgingly send him a token force, there is the slaughter. Also the spoons. Cav's wine cellar is full of spoons. But you have spoons. So many spoons, Cav. Oh, not again. Your Majesty, we in the Marsh have finished a complete reorganization of our new army. I hope I'm getting a parade. Oh, I'm sure we can see to that. Look, we could make loads of money. We can make more money again. We could make more money again. Do we really want... I could just make a ton of money. But you know what? No. This time we have to do something different. Clearly we should embark on a full-scale invasion of the Ashmedian Empire. Clearly. Clearly we should just have a full-scale invasion. This can't go wrong. This is gonna go so wrong. It's gonna be amazing. See, Carla the First set everything up wonderfully, and then Carla the Second's like, declare war on the Ashmedian Empire. This was a mistake. What have I done? Hurrah! Let's teach those Ashmedian dogs a lesson for existing without our permission. What? Willfully misinterpreting a standard diplomatic message as a grave insult. You send a declaration of war to the Ashmedian Empire. You've never seen the Barons so excited. Like, oh boy! War! Alright, people. War is coming. I know exactly what's going to get voted on. Yup. Yep, D got voted on. Fund bird nights. What, by doing F? Someone funded F.
What you say? The plan is it should be more birds. It should be an ostrich, riding some crows, and then you get a dragon. Because dragons are like birds. They got wings. Just find some dragons, you tie the knights and the dragons, and then you got Dragon Knight, you know? That's how it works, right? Right?
He says as he's in a cell. Birds quacking Tony. Well, I'm glad to see that people voted for improving authority and then removing authority. War with Ashmead! Ha! You should have seen the look on the Ashmedian diplomat's face when I told him we were declaring war on his pathetic empire. I kicked him in the rump as he left, for good measure. Time to open a bottle of wine. It's too soon to celebrate, Your Majesty. We've got a war to win. The Ashmedian Empire's golden age is long behind it. They're still bigger than us, with more soldiers and a long history of conquest. But they lack discipline and are plagued with infighting. In our current state, however, the kingdom's armies are no match for them. We should put up a fight for appearance's sake, then sue for peace as soon as we can. News of the war inspires a wave of patriotic fervour across the kingdom. Old knights come out of retirement, and naive youths stampede to join the army. Hopefully, it'll prove enough. Rest assured, my liege, you'll have our full support in this war. What's our opening gambit? Call upon the church to declare a holy crusade! We can launch a crusade! People, we must vote for this. We must vote for this. We Crusader Kings now! Oh my word! Getting 10s in all of our faith has paid off! Kiko, if they manage to beat their army, I'll give you $100. I highly doubt it. But I appreciate the gesture. I highly doubt we'll win. St. Carlo would be proud. A crush aid? For too long, those Ashmedian heathens have been allowed to venerate their false god, Kaldavaga. We will convert them with fire and sword. The crusade triggers a shockwave across the kingdom. Dozens of holy orders turn up to supplement your regular forces. Shining knights on armoured destriers, battle nuns in steel masks, warrior monks with bald heads and bad attitudes. Ha! I can work with this. I'll start as marshalling our troops. The Empire's no easy target. We have only one chance to get this right. Nonsense. One swift kick and the whole house of cards will tumble down. Wait and see. Okay, this is fun. Alright? This is good. Your Majesty, you should really get married this time. I'll just pick someone. Alright then. Delay the decision for a season. This'll go great. This won't go great. Greedy southern merchants take advantage of cheap martyr labour, my liege, exploiting our natural resources and putting our trading companies out of business. They're vultures. Vultures! Is it really such a problem? It's just business. Not that one. I want to do this. I want this war to happen. It's going to be so bad if we lose. To be fair, our military is awful. But we've got to try. This is going to be the worst disaster we've ever seen. We could just lose right away. It's just business. It's just business, baby! An utter travesty! I should have known better than to expect the council to be of any worth to anyone. We are blessed. My companies are safe. Glad this council sees sense for once. I know! We have a lot of time to lower this. The southern companies in the march continue to tick over nicely, siphoning money out of the region and making Grandy Rudy the Wolf filthy rich! Alright, can we have the invasion now? Okay, you guys still need to do stuff. Have the merchants from Kurth arrived with the gunpowder?
Mayhem!
Not yet. They fear the monarch's reprisals, not to mention their own government. But they don't fear Tom Tom subbing for 18 months for their 15-month streak. Thank you ever so much, Tom Tom. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you. Then our work is not done. We need to weaken the monarch Carl II's grip. The Barons aims to lower authority to 4 or less. However, far to the south, found 2 enormous wolfhounds lying at their feet. A shadow darkens the door. The hounds whimper. Oh no, it's him again! The skeletal figure steps to the room, accompanied by the jingling of 1,000 tiny bells. I heard there was a monarch that needed a jingling, and I am back. Why did you call this meeting? Oh yes, monarch. Well, there's a new monarch and they've started a war with Ashmead. Yes, I heard about that. It's kind of annoying. It's closed down the bakery and I don't like it. I have spoons to pay you. No, that won't do. I'll help you, but take care of the bees. The bees? Yes, they're really annoying. Buzz, buzz, buzz all through my skull. Oh, also magical powers and stuff. Dreams and wizards. So, you need to lower the farming of everything to 14 or less. Alright, gonna make you a bit mad? But it's alright, we get a bit more money. Come on, come on. Oh, eligible option. Invading the... Okay, eligible options first, alright? I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. And a partner to whole life to have it a whole, right? Indeed, your majesty. Here are the portraits. First, we have Mag, firstborn daughter of the Northern Blizzard 1991 clan. From what I've heard, she knows exactly what she wants and will do whatever is necessary to get it. She spends most of her time ranging the mountaintops, hunting wolves and wyverns and other strange northern beasts. She's already engaged once, but it didn't last. No one's sure why. Then we have Andona, eldest heir of the Alias 41 lineage. They're reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, and they love traction benches for some reason. I have no idea why. It's a truly peculiar thing. Now, William herself, they claim to put their faith in traction benches above all worldly concerns. Unfortunately, they lack the common touch. The peasants really don't like traction benches. And finally, we have the Martyr's Offering, Bastian, son of the prestigious Rackenshin bloodline. Typical baron, really loud, brash, self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. He's had a meaningful encounter with a wizard a few years ago, and now he spends most of his time brewing strange potions. He's got a reputation for not giving a damn what anyone thinks of him. What do you think? Oh, a wizard! But I have to pick the chief's one. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Your Majesty, our troops are massing at the Ashmedian border. Soon we'll cross over and war will begin in earnest. What are my instructions? Fight with honor and respect civilian lives. She shouldn't be afraid to get her hands dirty. No mercy, no quarter. Ooh. I think... Oh, this is difficult. We're civilized. We should fight with honor. No. We are... This is a holy crusade. We should still be honorable. Because if we're not honorable, this could be used to galvanize the Ashmedian Empire against us. Their weakness was their discipline. Their weakness is their discipline. Yeah. Are we just gonna go... This is tricky. Yeah, we do. We fight cleanly. We fight cleanly. Yeah, but they're not. I think we should try and fight this cleanly. I don't want them to give them something to rally behind. I don't want to. I don't want to give them something to rally behind. This could be a mistake. But if we are awful, they will rally, and this will be bad. I don't know how this will go. When did we get so frightened of spilling little blood? Fine, I'll leave the civilians alone. Will you be coming with me to the front lines, Your Majesty? It could get dicey. Of course I'm coming with you. Accompanied by the Marshal and a regiment of palace soldiers, you ride out to the front lines to lead the invasion into Empire territory. Most of the Ashmead is a scorching hot desert, dotted with the rusted hulks of strange machines. Rivers crisscross the arid landscape like tangled serpents, glittering towns of marble crowded on their banks. The marcher soldiers are waiting you, led by Baron Darkover 81. Time to teach those Ashmedian scum some manners! It's gonna go so badly wrong. It's eerily quiet once you cross into Ashmead, but not for long. Your Majesty, duck! Duck. An arrow zips past your head, followed by another arrow, and another. Ambush! Ambush! Ashmedian cavalry wielding flashing scimitars and riding skinny white horses burst from a nearby tree line. Your troops rally around you. The battle is fragmented in your memory. Flashes of blood, screaming horses, and whizzing arrows. But you triumph. Good work, Your Majesty! The way is clear! Onwards to victory! Over the next few weeks you win several key battles and capture a half-dozen castles. You ensure that civilians and captured enemy soldiers alike are treated with mercy. Your reputation improves within the kingdom. You're a conqueror, but an honourable one. You also liberate a substantial sum from enemy fortresses. With the war going well and duty calling back at the capital, you decide to travel home with the wagon loads of gold. Safe travels, Your Majesty, and take heed. The Ashmedians won't give up that easily, unfortunately. We took them by surprise. Now they're going to start fighting seriously. It'll be fun. It will be fun. Also, that's a little bad. The Hordlings! The Hordlings, they've returned! The soldiers we sent only got rid of them temporarily, and they've taken over a vineyard again. Those little goits are impossible to kill. Never mind that. Your Holiness was that quickly to alleviate the spoon shortage in the south. Spoons are disappearing. You've got to be joking. Deal with this yourselves. Both Grandee Cav and Uncle Pod are taken aback by your callous disregard for the South. No! No spoons. Only money. Conquest after conquest. Oh, royal wedding. Hang on. Your royal wedding to Mag is naturally the talk of the kingdom. I know. This is gonna mean that it feels like you're the only one not taking part. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. Whew, look at this stability and everything. Your new life, Mag, only dances with obvious reluctance. By the time you find yourself alone, it's past bedtime and you've never felt more tired. Neither of us have asked this union, but I assure you, it can blossom into something of mutual benefit. Maybe we will fall in love once we get to know each other. Statistically unlikely, but there's always a chance. You head to your separate bedchambers. Perhaps you'll draw closer, but for now, your wife is happy to keep you at arm's length. Okay. War. Your Majesty, the Ashmedian war goes well. One by one, the northern provinces are falling under our control. This seems too easy. We got lucky. The Empire was in the middle of a civil war when we attacked. Now that we're taking so much territory, the Ashmedian generals will abandon their internal squabbles and come after us seriously. My liege, Ashmead has revealed its secret weapon. Our troops were attacked by an order of holy warriors known as Cal Devarga's heralds. They had some kind of earthquake maker. It opened up cracks beneath our soldiers' feet. Hundreds of our best soldiers died, falling into the abyss or crushed by rockfalls. Just what we needed. It's some kind of evil Ashmedian magic. A big clay pot taller than a man. When they open the lid, earthquakes ravage the surrounding land. Ah, don't expect to resort to magic. We need to do something. Train the soldiers how to fight during earthquakes? Yeah, it's 20%. We should totally train them. This won't work, but we're totally doing it. This is a disaster. No one can say we didn't try and fight them, though. We're giving this a go. Also, that loss of military was really bad. Imagine if we had 10s in military all the way through. We're doing this with literally a slither of hope. Your marshal has the troops running around combat drills on tight ropes so they can keep their balance in battle, and dodging thrown stones in place of falling rubble. Soon, they're ready for battle. The training pays off! Your troops keep their footing even as the world shakes beneath their feet and chasms open in the ground. A well-placed catapult stone shatters the pot to bits. Green glowing ghosts whirl from the pottery shards, then vanish. The ground goes still. The earthquakes cease. And your troops slam into Caldovaga's heralds like a hammer hitting jelly, sending them scattering. Victory! Perhaps this humiliation will persuade Ashmead that they're better off just giving us what we want. Oh my word, are we doing this? Your Greatness, a bard who calls herself a songstress has been making waves in the north. Her performances are attracting huge crowds. So huge that there have been brawls and stampedes as people push closer to the stage. There have been no deaths yet, but it's only a matter of time. With every concert the riot gets worse. What can we do to nip this in the bud? We are not inviting her for a private show. No. We shall... That's not going to end well. And no B, we need the military right now. If we want to win this war, don't vote B. We need to win this war. Or we could just, like, negotiate and get peace. And have our, like, extra concessions. We need military. I'm actually kind of sad that we did that vote for the knights now. That 2 extra military really could have made a difference. It's alright though. Most wise, Your Majesty. I will send some of my clan warriors to inform her that music is banned from public spaces. We'll be fine, will we now? Meanwhile, in the south. The Ninth does not smile upon us, friend. We failed to win the Spymaster's trust. She still watches us with an eagle eye. How goes the search for a lookalike? Not well. The best we've found is this guy called Quacking Tony. I think that we should launch an Ashmeadian invasion with pelicans holding wands of bird summoning. Doesn't even look like the monarch. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there, I'm sure of it. Alright. What's next? Seeking a truce! Your Majesty, the Ashmeadian ambassador is here. He's willing to negotiate the terms of a truce. You have made your point, warmonger. What will it take to achieve peace between us? Is it worth pursuing peace, Marshal? Your Marshal takes you aside beyond the ambassador's earshot. The Kingdom's armies are stretched to breaking point, and Ashmead still hasn't shown their true power. We're lucky the Ashmeadian citizens are demanding an end to this war. The Empire has endless manpower still in reserve. Let's not push our luck. Sounds like a matter for the Council. If you value the lives of your citizens, bring this messy affair to an end. Force the ambassador to concede land near the march. No, 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 no. We're not going D. No, we're not doing D. We're not doing D. I'm gonna veto D. We will lose. No. No! You wanted a war. We gave you a war. I gave you a war. Stop it. I gave you a war. You can't. I gave you a war. You don't trust Twitch chat? No! We've won the war against Ashmead. We will not win it if they bring their whole force to bear. We won't. Premium war subscription. How dare you? Hey, it was silly to go with this to begin with, and it has gone so well. A or B? We technically won this. Technically. I think being forgiving was probably the best option, but no one is voting for that. Well done. We actually won these skirmishes. Amazingly. Force the ambassador to concede land near the march. Your chancellor unfurls a scroll so long that they could have comfortably used it as a hammock. You and the ambassador both sign on the dotted line, and just like that, the war is over. First order of business, of course, is the concessions. The march has given some valuable territory on the Ashmedian border, full of fertile soil and precious resources. Holy moly! After news of your victory spreads across the kingdom, you're a hero. Even the nobles can't deny that you did a good job. You look on the kingdom's oldest and most powerful and the kingdom's most oldest and powerful enemy and won. But there are still whispers that you should have pressed your advantage. No. 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 We could have taken Ashmead's capital if the monarch just had a little more spine. You know. Look at you, barons. No, that would have gone so badly wrong. We got so lucky. No, we got so lucky. We got so lucky. 10 authority. Yeah. 10. When you win a war, people respect you a bit. We could have won with those bird knights. We were lucky we caught them with their pants down. Your Highness, my peasants accuse me of hoarding wealth. Me! You don't have that much. Worse, they're throwing down their tools and burning their belongings, saying they want to live an ascetic life, and that I should do the same. They want to have more exercise? No, not athletic. Ascetic. They don't want to be pinned down by worldly possessions. But burning them's quite the overreaction. The ringleader of the movement is a philosopher called Ortega. She calls herself the voice of the ninth god, and the peasants hang on every word. They'll be at my door in a moment. Send someone to infiltrate the cult. Yeah, you did sink the scheme. Like, kudos to you for sinking the scheme, but we did do something awesome. We did fight the Ashmedians. I never done that event before. And that's really cool. It was just fun to see the event. It was just fun to see the event. We couldn't have made a run for the capital. They really would have organised themselves, and it would have been disastrous. We have a military... Yeah, you have a military, but these two don't. Grandy Armel Eternal arranges for one of his few loyal servants to go along to Ortega's gatherings. You hope to hear from them soon. Meanwhile, both rich and poor scramble to show off their devotion to the ninth god in the face of Ortega's surging popularity. Banned music. Your Greatness, how could you be so stupid enough to ban the songstress's wonderful music? Are you in your right mind? Oh, I know I supported the band, but that was before she played me a tune. Now I realise it would be criminal to keep her music from the world. Anyway, I don't think you could ban it if you wanted to. The clan warriors you sent to arrest her have joined her fan club instead. So let's forget all about the silly ban and maybe invite her to the palace. I think think we need the Spy Master to investigate this. This is bad. Something is wrong. At the very least, Spy Master will get much deserved screen time. Yeah, the Spy Master doesn't get a lot of screen time. I saw her vent. Oh dear. Oh dear. Investigate her? Absurd! The songstress has done nothing wrong! Don't worry, Your Majesty. I'll get to the bottom of this. Your refusal to lift the ban was met with riots from the peasantry, who love the songstress. Worse still, she continues to perform anyway, in open defiance of your authority. It's still fine, it's still 8 and 9. Right. However, you said you had a surprise for me? Indeed, and here it is, behold! Your Majesty, what are you doing here at such an hour? I'm sorry, I hope you didn't overhear any... Quit babbling, you blowhard. This isn't the monarch. It's a peasant who's the monarch's spitting image. Gods above. And just in time. The Spy Master trusts us, and we can move on to the next phase, kidnapping the monarch and putting this fool in their place. How do we manage that? We need the kingdom in utter chaos. Bad enough that the monarch's abduction can slip past unnoticed. Stability to 4. I mean, it's doable. In the long run, maybe. But everyone's going to be working against you. Here's the problem. How can you rebel when authority is so high? We're probably going to go for like one or more seasons. One or so seasons now before I call it. Because, for the night. We've had a very good capstone for this one. The clock doth tick. Yeah, I know. I know. Honestly, I'm a bit weary. It's been an exciting one. C and E. Yeah. Ooh, C. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, that totally tanked your scheme, didn't it? I forgot that tanked your scheme. I forgot you were wanting farming to go down. Oh. It's gonna help me out, aren't you, buddy? You're gonna help me. About your heir. Your marriage has grown stale. You get along well enough. You've had some good memories, but there's no spark. She cares more about hunting innocent animals than your happiness. But spark or no spark, you need an heir. Congratulations are in order. The wedding was a magnificent affair, but something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured, a child of your own, or even someone who's illegitimate. The thing is, Daffy, quite often, we vote for fun things. Fun things are fun. I'm sure we have an illegitimate child around somewhere. The church won't be happy, but they're keen to avoid a civil war as we are. They legitimize people without much fuss. Meet the Archbishop tomorrow. The songstress's secret. Your spy master silently appears at your desk. She returns the mission to investigate the songstress. You scan her for signs she's lost her will. How did it go? What? I said, how did it go? She pulls a pair of plugs out of her ears. The songstress is a witch, drawing power from her lyre. It's made from magical wood. Some wizard who accidentally turned himself into a tree. Sucks when you turn yourself into a tree. I know. Oh, Cap's gone. When she sings while playing the lyre, people obey. But without that, she's nothing. Send soldiers with earplugs to arrest her.
I'm rich.
Whoa! 10 player keeps his word. Here's the Ashmedian gold. I've been watching your channel since 2008. Whoa! Thank you. That is really cool. 10 player did say if we thought that it's the Ashmedians and won, they'd do that. That's really kind of you. Thank you. That is incredibly kind. That's very nice of you. That's really cool. Thank you. You didn't have to. I appreciate the gesture. Thank you ever so much. That's really cool. So let us send northern soldiers with earplugs to arrest her. You like money? That's really... You like money? Vote for this. Last time, a songstress assassin was sent to arrest, to kill us. But thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you, Template. That's really kind. I hope to continue entertaining you. Free money! That's what we are doing. I can't believe we fought that war. We got so lucky. But her music, though. Yeah. We're going to arrest her. That authority. Sorry, I only have bits on her. That is incredibly kind.
Pouch of gold.
Thank you. Took me 20 minutes to figure out how to do that. Well, I appreciate it, Templayer. I appreciate the effort you went to, and hopefully I can continue to entertain. As the songstress's next performance, she walks out to pluck her lyre. When your soldiers burst on stage, she smiles and sings at them to kneel. But the soldiers just laugh and point at their plugged ears. They snatch her lyre and smash it underfoot. She's dragged off to the dungeons, kicking and screaming. Thank you for freeing me from that witch's clutches, Your Majesty. For a while there, my mind was not my own. All across the kingdom, it is as though a spell has been lifted. The common folk forget the songstress entirely, moving on to some new obsession. But the wizard...
Mayhem!
That's Tiny Train there gifting a sub. That is incredibly kind. To Templayer, that's really, really kind. He smashed his spine. I mean, it was probably only a bit of the wizard. Like, it was probably only a bit of the wizard. Like, it's like he lost his toe. The philosopher Ortega is preaching that we can only be close to the ninth god if we reject our worldly possessions, which would be bad enough. I know it is, Cav, but they were going to ensnare the kingdom and eventually kill me. But she's also performing miracles. My spies saw her heal a woman's broken arm with a single touch, cure an old man's blindness. It's probably fake. Whatever we might think, the peasants believe in her. More of them flock to her barn every day as rumours of miracles spread. The church should perform miracles. Absolutely yeah, we should perform miracles, better miracles, and lure them away. It's like, we're going to do better miracles. You see, what we can do is we can make Keshem Buck Rampage become alive again. We could totally do this. Totally. 80%. If we fail this 80% vote, 80% chance, with 10s across the board, what chance do we have? This won't work. The Archbishop sends priests to a village long abandoned to drought. Townsfolk from neighbouring lands eagerly follow the holy group. Once arrived, the priest's voice raised in choral harmonies. Townspeople join in as rain begins to fall, refreshing the land and turning it green once more. Word quickly spreads all through the south that the church could do what Ortega could not. In the end, one of Ortega's own followers turns her in to the church investigators. You expect her in the capital soon. Up in the north, Chief Cirrus and the Wizard Brusk are enjoying a grand feast. Any glassware has been carefully replaced with ceramics.
I must insist that you get rid of the bees. You will not believe how buzzing annoying they can be. Oh, it hurts my skull.
Please, give me a few more months. By the old gods, I won't let you down.
See that you don't. You don't want to be like this one, do you?
What's so special about that one?
Remember the king from long ago, who died suddenly?
Yes? Oh.
Yes.
You know what? feel like no tax changes are needed here. Okay, we'll do this one. We'll do this one quickly. This has gone on long enough. After yet another hunt, the Queen Consort shot and killed a rare species of stags found only in the southern woodlands. That's the 4th this month. We must curtail these hunts. The royals cannot get away with wanton destruction of our countryside. Enough is enough. I demand a vote! You glance at Meg as the nobles assemble. She shrugs. It was a beautiful stag. Liberalize hunting laws to allow for hunting anarchy. Oh dear. Why is anarchy an option? You know what? One or the other. Actually, no. I don't mind how this vote goes. I want to save the veto. Looks like you want to sour my relationship with my spouse. That is fine. I suppose it's not fine. But I want to deal with the, we'll do this last month. I want to lower farming. Well, we're raising it. Ninth bless you, esteemed nobles. This will benefit all of us, I'm sure. Your wife looks on, but barely can see your frown forming on her lips. Ortega arrives in your throne room, dressed in rags and flanked by the palace watch. She lifts her chin defiantly as she walks. Your Holiness, you wanted to see me? What's going on with these miracles? By paring away what's unnecessary, I move closer to the ninth god. She has given me the ability to heal, and so I must use it. How can you claim to have anything to do with the ninth god? She's a heretic, plain and simple. By the ninth, I'm no such thing. He's just afraid of whatever he doesn't understand. I say... You want an XCOM? Alright. We XCOM. We XCOM this. Golly, I can get behind that. Yep. 90%, we will fail. And it'll be glorious. The whole problem will start again. This is the first time, by the way, we see the Ortega sprite. Everyone's voted for it. I'll be delighted, Your Holiness. You may be what the kingdom needs to push us closer to the ninth. Wow! Your Majesty, a travelling bard. She says she is... Oh, it's the travelling bard. Not just any bard. Well, you have a song? Of course. I can sing a song. It's not the bard I was thinking. Teach them to fear me. I will do, Your Holiness. I need but a small payment. Well, how about... Take your money. The bard nods enthusiastically and heads to do your bidding. Unfortunately, yeah... I had a feeling that wouldn't work. It's a terrible song. Darn it! Alas, potato. Meanwhile, in the south, Grandee is like, oh dear. Oh, it's more cheesin'! You're going for cheesin'! The kingdom is at peace and everyone's looking for a new scandal to focus on. Not exactly the right climate to abduct a monarch. I could finally publish my memoirs, if you think that would cause enough of a distraction. No, I don't think that'll do it. We need total chaos across the whole kingdom. You haven't seen my memoirs. You want to estimate the impact of my memoirs? You took the word right out of my mouth! Oh, it's great when I make a joke and the game goes, I'm gonna make that joke! I'm gonna make that joke! Those are awful, I don't want them. Honestly, at this point, Monarch's vote might be better. We've not used Stop the Count once. I might want Monarch's vote. Reverse votes is weird. I'm gonna keep it as it is. Avalanche, anger. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Anger from the church? Anger from the church? Why? Well, that'll be for next time, folks. Why are you mad, church? We're at 10s across the board. Church is enraged. What's the problem? We have too much everything. That was a great run of play. That was incredibly fun. I tried to go for incredible fun, and that was amazing. Church is mad about the holy spoon going missing. It got stolen! Who could have took it? And then Ortega's like, me got the holy spoon! But thank you ever so much, folks. Seriously, we achieved many things today. We've seen many new interesting avenues of events. We declared war on Ashmead, and that was great fun. And then we had this go on. Thank you all ever so much for all being so kind and generous and just being awesome. Oh, those spoon themes. Shameless promotion. I have a little 10 player. Don't watch. Well, there you go. You have a YouTube channel. I mean, I have a YouTube channel too. Hopefully it goes well. By the way, we should rate Weedy. What is very on war with Elder. I was planning on raiding Ween. But thank you, 10 player, again. That was really kind of you. It was, once again, a jolly roll down the long staircase of chats. Indeed. There are a couple of things I need to quickly talk to you about. First off, there is my website, kakoska.com. You can check out all kinds of things there, including my schedule. You can be changing does a lot. You can also find links on where you can buy my Garrett Hope. Oh, hey, Cav, how you doing? There's also my Discord, where you can join a large and thriving community, which I'm often a part of. You deserve money for entertaining us for so many years. Well, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for those kind words, Templar. I hope to keep entertaining you for many more years to come, all of you. There's loads of emotes there based on Let's Plays and Choose past and present. Loads of places to talk about stuff. Loads of people there. Also, if you link your Twitch and Discord together, you sub to your Twitch. You can use the Twitch emotes on Discord, which is fantastic. Then there's my Patreon. You can pledge to support me and do what I do. There's stuff in Let's Play, stream minds hidden behind paywalls, and there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes that you typically do not see, including but not limited to all the editing, compression, test streams, and test recordings, and everything that makes all what I do a reality. And at these times, I do rely on the people that pledge to me to make all what I do possible. And those that do pledge not only get a different coloured name on Discord and my deep and sincere thanks, they also get the ability to vote on upcoming playthroughs so the opportunity arises. Speaking of stuff that I do, there are my YouTube channels. There is Kakoskia, my 16-year-old and 10,000 video strong Let's Play channel. I'm so old. And then there's Kickvodskia, my newer VOD related channel. That was fun. I had a lot of fun. Thank you, Blizzard. That's very kind of you to say. And the best way to one of the best ways to support me, though, in a genuine thing, is to engage with the algorithm. Like and comment on the videos, subscribe if you're not, and if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications, and tell your friends, and let people know about me, and, you know, spread the fact that I exist. That is one of the best ways to help. Just enjoying my content is all I could ask for, though. Then there is my Twitter, where you can follow me to get notifications about when I start streaming, and my Let's Play videos go live, and all kinds of random other stuff. You can also do that on my Instagram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Discord that I mentioned before, and the community tab on YouTube. The algorithm of evil! I mean, certainly something I'm battling with. Then there is my Throne wishlist, where you can put money towards getting me things that bring me joy. Right now, there's a bunch of paints that I need for the Avatars Resplendent, and there is also some very, very silly Space Marine models for the Avatars Resplendent. The Centurion squads, they are ridiculous. Even Balin looks like, oh, well, I can't deal with that. But Balin is so good. Why? Balin is an epitome of good and good. Finally, though, there is me thanking all of you, because, seriously, you are all absolutely fantastic and amazing and brilliant and wonderful. Oh, there goes Cav. The big central, yep, and I couldn't do what I do without you, and I wouldn't want to do what I do without you. You are the heart and soul of my community. No problem, Deus. You make all what I do possible, and I'm ever so happy when I am entertaining all of you. It's no matter what happens, it's always a fun time, it's always a silly time, and that I've been able to do this for so long is such a humbling and wonderful thing, and with your continued support, I'll be able to keep doing this for many, many years to come, as many years as is possible. That is my hope and my dream, and with you... Ooh, someone has done a Guide the Raid. Ooh, we should probably do that. Because after all, the Guide the Raid is there. Guide the Raid is there. But thank you all ever so much, folks. You are all truly amazing. Seriously, thank you. Madeline, no, he's not evil at all. Not evil in the slightest. What are you talking about? No, it's alright, Kid of Burden. It's alright. If you want to do that, that's fine. That's what it's there for. We were going to raid Weem, but that's what Guide the Raid is for. I always have one set up, and if someone guides the raid, we go to the Guide the Raid person. And besides, I like passing on people to, you know, new people and, spreading the, you know, spreading knowledge of all of the people around, you know? It's what people have done for me, and I'd like to do the same. So, we will do so. And, whether it be morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope you achieve everything that you set out to do. The next stream is tomorrow, to 2 PM GMT, Animal Crossing New Horizons stream. It'll be full of adorable, and silly, and jitters. I mean, it's always full of jitters. There's loads of jitters. That was why we won, by the way, in that war. Jitters was leading the charge. He was like, Blizzard! And he didn't actually know there was a war going on. He actually wasn't there. He dreamed he was there. And then he woke up. And, yeah, it's silly. But, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. And remember, be nice to each other. If everyone is nice to each other, the world would be that much better a place. And we all want that, don't we? I certainly do. And I hope you do too. Later. Hero Fadar, oh dear.